For some individuals, life is overwhelming. And I have been around for some time, and I'm not a therapist. But I have seen some horrible, horrible things in my unimpressive 22 years. Yes, it is true. It shouldn't be overwhelming. We should all take it in and embrace everything thrown our way. Life should be peaches and daisies, lollipops and fairy tales. But the problem is, it's just not that simple. And I know life has its ups and downs, well, mostly, but not like this. What if you never obtain closure for that one catastrophic event? When every day is a vicious reminder, you should be triumphant and take your life by the shoulders. Whether it's an argument, a landslide, a boulder, or a mountain, or maybe just losing your uncle to lung cancer. Or perhaps losing your innocence, torn from your very fingers, and told it's what friends do. But it just isn't that simple. Innocence is irreplaceable. Betrayal is unforgivable. Sexual trauma, well, I'll be honest, I don't really have a word for it. It just feels like a spider crawls up my neck, and after sinking its venoms through its fangs, I start to collapse. Because you just don't escape from a past like that. It's not that simple. I get looks about my silence, or my blank gaze, that it sometimes almost seems vacant. It's not that simple. Because this world we live in, not on the outside, but deep on the inside, in all the little houses, in those perfect happy families, inside of the world's tiny homes, it's grimy and cruel. It's vile and makes me pale and blue. And it's not that simple. But I stand here, and if you wonder when you're staring into the dark, is it really worth it? I will tell you yes, but I will fight the tears. Because it was. No, it is hard. It's always hard. Even at this very still moment, even though my bones are shaking to the point that they would shatter. And I tell myself little destructive, silly things. All of our lives are worth it. Love is worth it. I know how bad it can get. A pitch black room with no doors, no escape, no corners, just endless despair and circling suffering, in which you're wrapped in barbed wire, and in between the shrieks and spurts of blood trailing down your beautiful neck, wailing a name that fades as it echoes. But even then, even after the daylight hallucinations and seeing your daughter in the distance, in her arms, laughing and walking away, it's all worth it. Without that spider sending triggers down your spine, without flashbacks that leave you in silence and push you to isolation, where you so desperately confide. I assure you, I know that gaze, and how trauma has infectious waves, even in the darkest haze, surrounded by flashbacks of never-ending rape. Everyone has a story that should be told. All I know is I can't stand to lose another soul to the chaos of trauma's toll. Your tragedy can become your triumph. No, it is not that simple. I lived there in the abyss. I felt the praying mist and embraced all the self-destructive claws and its perverse whisper, and relived every horrible moment, a birth father that denied my existence to this very day. As my first friend raped me and left the country on a plane the following morning and created this safety net, paradox, my greatest need and my crippling fear, love and acceptance. And yes, it isn't that simple, but neither is facing your greatest fears. Your tragedies that are shoved so far inside of our thick skulls that the thing we hate the most is wrapped in a rusted barbed wire. Split duality. No. Tragically melting personalities, conflicting dastardly, bastard, while the other one is laughing. See? No. Exactly. Split personalities born from a tragedy. Every day since that moment, my innocence was ripped from me. And he's always told me it's what friends do. But even after all these years of bottling everything up, burning every beautiful bridge that's crossed my path, no matter how many nights it gets pitch black, no matter how many times it gets bad, no matter how many times it gets dark and you're thrown in that pitch black room, isolated to your own suffering, no matter how many have promised you or praised you the first time and the second time, but by the third they were tired, and by the fourth, they were gone. Even though I am still here, I've cracked and had my faults with constant bottomless falls. And every time I speak, I hear his voice underneath mine. And you'll notice my speech break. And my bright eyes begin to vibrate and shake. Best friends who rape little boys. As much as that frustrates and clings to the back of my neck like a spider I just can't quite catch. It is worth it. I swear to you, that is the truth. It may not be simple. You may at even times regret it. But every second you breathe is worth it. Every person's life you touch, every second you are alive. No matter the trauma or setbacks, or even consistent 6-month regressions, insomnia, and dwelling obsessions. Even if you feel your life is just a sporadic clusterfuck of betrayal, it may not be that simple at all, but it is all worth it.